Hey guys, you're listening to the Your Party People podcast. This is Lexi Tran, owner of Ivory and Fern, a Midwest space photographer.
And this is Katie Murphy, owner of Jane Ray Events, your Midwest wedding planner. We're here to give you couples a guide on how to maneuver one of the best days of their lives and how to keep it from being one of the worst. Welcome to the party.
Woo woo! Hi guys, welcome to the party. Today, we have another guest speaker, Darnell Pitts with Energy Event Group. Hey. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Darnell is also a DJ. So what are some things a couple should think about when deciding on who to hire to MC their reception?
I would say first, like I said, always read reviews. You have an idea of the company that you kind of want to go with. And if you have no idea, the sites like The Knot, Wedding Wire, all that stuff, you can go on there and see who's, kind of recommended and kind of go from there. Or you can go the route, put it on Facebook. Hey, I'm looking for a DJ. Everybody will tell you like who to go with and all that stuff. You see that all the time. We're always getting tagged and stuff. Yeah. But what I would say is that, it's about your style and try to figure out if a DJ is something you want. Or if you're just trying to, because it's about saving money too. Because if you think, if you just have a dance floor and people are going to dance, it doesn't work that way. People are there to hang out and celebrate with you. If you're not a dance people or a couple and your family doesn't like to get out there and dance and stuff, I mean, why waste the money? Like, if, just because you have it doesn't mean it's going to be used. I mean, we can do as much as we can to rock the party, but, so.
People have to dance.
Yeah, people got to dance. You got to be out there, and if that's not your cup of tea, then, you might want to do something different, right? No, I would tell people, it's about kind of like, how you mesh with someone, go on different meetings and actually meet who you're going to be DJing with. The good thing about us is, like I said, it's just me or Jason. And so it's not like we have a ton of people on staff where you just send just somebody random. So you could be meeting with, let's say you meet with Ryan the whole time, but then like Joe shows up, at your wedding day and you're like, well, we don't know Joe. Yeah. And then but you've been meshing with, the other guy so much, and then this new guy shows up. So I tell people, make sure that whoever you're meeting with is the person that actually is going to be doing your wedding. Make sure you understand that, get in writing, whatever you need to do, just make sure that's, who you're going to be dealing with. And if not, then if you do, it's not a real big issue for you, just make sure that their style is something that you're comfortable with. If they're more activities oriented, or, how, interactive they are, or they just type of DJ where they don't really do too much, or they just sit behind in the booth and you hear them but you don't see them, So it just depends on the type of people that you are. So if you know that you're ready to rock a party, find some people that are ready to rock a party. If not, then just need somebody on the mic. Go ahead and get Uncle John on the mic and maybe have an iPod, or I don't know. And some people, I mean, it just depends the type of people you are. Everybody's different.
Yeah, so, depends on the level and what you're looking for. And I totally agree. Like, make sure you meet with that person before the day, so you just vibe with them. And
I mean, because like I said, it's you're basically in a relationship too, because you're going to be spending so much time with this person, and they're going to be handling your day, and you're going to have to deal with them. And if you don't get along with them, it's like kind of awkward. Yeah. It's like you're cool, but I don't know. It just make sure it's comfortable for you, because it's your day. You only get one shot at it, and you'll just make it your best. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Okay, next question for you. Okay. Yeah. In your opinion, so you've seen a lot of weddings. You've seen a lot of flow and timelines, and like when the toasts happen, when the first dances and stuff. In your opinion, what's the best way to flow through that? Like kind of the order and all of that?
Yeah, that's a good question. And again, it comes down to your preference. Mm-hmm. A lot of people want to be traditional, where the traditional way is that, you get introduced, everybody sits down, do the blessing, and go eat, maybe, and then halfway through it gets dessert, cut your cake, then all the rest of the formal dances, like the first dance, father-daughter dance, all that stuff is like after the toast and so forth. But if you like to switch it up and you want to make sure you're the rock stars or the center of attention, we like to hit them with your first dance right away. So you come in, do the intro, everybody's clapping for you, going crazy. And then, just say, ladies and gentlemen, keep your attention to the dance floor, as our bride and groom will now take their first dance as husband and wife. And everybody's like, So everybody's all eyes on you. There's no break. Everybody's hitting it. Then we can go over there, cut your cake right after that. You get the cake cut. Then it's good for the photographers and videographers, because if they're on a time constraint or whatever, you hit them and you get all that stuff out of the way. They can get all that good stuff, and everybody around you is still focused on you, right? Because you just entered the room, everybody's looking at you, like nobody's like distracted or lost interest by this point, right? So everybody's like just zoned in on you. You guys are the rock stars. Everybody, yeah. So it just makes for better flow. That's my favorite, is just hitting stuff right away, making sure, because it's about entertainment. If they're having a good time, they'll stay. And we just hit them, because people got short attention span, especially when they're waiting for food and stuff. So
yeah, that's so true. Like, keep the flow going. I love riding the high of people coming in and first dance right away.
Energy.
When you put it
room.
later, some people are outside, or they're at the bar, or they're, going for seconds. Like, you don't have everybody's attention at the time.
People come into weddings and they think about, they have a certain idea about how weddings flow. They're just like, okay, we're gonna come in here, clap for them when they enter, and then we'll get some dinner, and then we'll bounce, and then, so it's like, but if you switch it up on them, keep them guessing, they're like, okay, I kind of like, it's like, what's happening next? So like, there's always that anticipation, and so they're not thinking about, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna head out, So like I said, it's about entertainment. It's about trying to make sure everybody's having a good time. Yeah. And your DJ is a big part of that. So I'm just saying.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So since we kind of talked about a different timing, let's talk first dances then.
Yeah.
Can you give us your opinion on like maybe some song choices, or like people that do a choreographed dance versus just getting out there and like swaying back and forth? Kind of give us your spiel on that.
Well, every wedding is different. I tell people no wedding is the same. So if you think you've gone to Sarah's wedding and you want your wedding exactly like Sarah's, it is not going to happen, because you're a completely different person. Your groom is a completely different person. Your family and all that stuff they're not Sarah's family. All right. So like I said, if Sarah's is kind of reserved and yours is outgoing, we're going to switch things up to make sure it matches. Right. But as far as like first dances, it just depends on the type of person that you are. Like, if you just want to have like a whole romantic and just have we want John Legend singing in the back, and you're just like, looking each other's eyes, you got the lights dim, the spotlights on you, then hey, cool. But if you want to come out there, hey, we've been practicing this dance for like a month now, and we want to come out and just rock the party, like, okay, then we can do that. Otherwise, you can, there's some people who do like an interactive one where they do the first dance, but then let's say they have their grandparents or something special, or like they say they have a kid already, right? They'll bring the kid out for a dance with them as well. So it just depends on what it is. So I mean, there's no wrong or right way to do a first dance. It's your first dance. Whichever way you want to do it, it's the right way. So so don't ever think that you have to be like somebody else's. If that's not your style, just don't do it that way. Do what you want. It's going to be special for you, because it's going to be your memory. These are your memories, not anyone else's. So I tell people, like I said, the groom has some input too, but mostly we know how it usually goes.
Yeah, we love the groom's input.
We love the grooms,
too.
man.
We love them involved. Takes two to get married.
I tell them, listen, if you tell me to request a song and then the bride tells me no, guess what's not happening. So I just put it out there right away so they know what to expect. So.
Let's move to another highlight of the night, toasts. Okay, toasts in general. You've heard them all, I'm sure. I have too. I've heard a ton. What pointers can you give, like maid of honors and best men, about giving a toast? Yeah. And just what you've heard, if you have any funny stories or. Man,
the number one rule I tell people is, like, if you got like 3 pages of stuff, cut it in half. Like, don't even, like, matter of fact, just make it 1 page. Because the main thing is as long as it's from the heart, and kind of be, I don't want to say direct, but just if you want to tell a story, just tell like an anecdotal story or something like special that made you feel a certain way about this person, or about your friendship with this person, or if it's your brother, sister, whatever, sibling, cousin, whatever, if it's your family member, you can share that, but you don't have to take like a whole like 5 minutes to tell this story. People know that you're related to this person, or they love you. Everybody in the room is like there because they love these people. Everybody knows that they made you either the best man or the maid of honor, matron of honor, whatever, for a reason. So it means that we already know that you guys have a special relationship. So you don't have to go all into that. I say just tell a little short story. Tell them how much you love them and care about them. And remember to toast them, because that's the point of the toast, to toast someone. When they say speeches, I don't like to say speeches because it's not a speech, it's a toast. Okay. Yes. So, I say, maybe a minute, 2 minutes, like max, right? And then because if there's going to be multiple people speaking, then we got to keep it moving, because there's only a certain window that people pay attention to the toast. And if it gets drawn out, you'll lose them. People will leave. People will start talking over you guys. There'll be a lot of crowd chatter. The bar will start going again. And so you have to get them just right. And another thing too is like, you try to limit the people who are speaking, because we don't need the whole entire wedding party to say something, because at that point somebody is going to be, you run the risk of somebody being a little inebriated, right? So they're going to be saying more than they need to. You can't just grab the mic from them. And if it's just all short, then like maybe I don't know, 30, 40 seconds, whatever, say a little something, pass it on to the next person, and then leave the real toast for like the maid of honor and the best man. But last night, like we had some, so anyway, just know that there is a time limit, and and if it gets away from you, there's nothing I can do, because what am I do? Shut the mic off and be like, and grab the mic from you and then just give it to the bride and groom? I'm not going to do that. But I'm very respectful, but just know that we don't need an entire, it's not a speech, guys. It's not a speech. You're not getting up there and trying to give the convocation at a graduation or something, all right? So don't overthink it. Like, you don't have to overthink it. Just go out there and just tell them, oh my gosh, you guys have been in my life for so long. I love you guys. I can't wait to do life with, just see you guys grow and all that stuff. And can we toast to just send a toast? It's just love. It's just showing them. Sweet. Just show them love. That's what it's about. So yeah.
And there's a time and a place, right? Yeah, there's a time and a place. Like, if you're not the maid of honor or best man and you feel just moved to tell the couple something, you don't need to say it in front of everybody, because the people you're telling it to is the couple.
It's the couple,
Yes, and so pull them aside after toast, during the dance, and let them know. Like, if they tell you that they want you to speak, great. You should feel honored. Keep it short and sweet. But like, if you haven't been asked, there's totally
don't be leaning over trying to grasp what am I.
Yes,
hey,
yes.
I feel like I gotta say something. No, we got to keep moving,
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place. Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, I love it. So then, moving on from toast, as far as music goes for reception, what advice do you give to couples on where to start, song choices, genres, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, whatever your song choices are, like I said, it'll be catered to what you guys as a couple, and if you know your family better than we know your family, or your friends or people who you're inviting. And if you guys are, like to have a good time, then hey, we can do that. If you guys just want to do polkas all night, we can do polkas all night. It's like sometimes people look at me and they'll be like, do you know country music? I'm like, yes, I know country music. I know everything that's hot right now, so I'm pretty versatile. I get that all the time. But like, so what are you playing today? And I'm like, playing a little bit of everything. But I tell people we're not going to scare grandma and grandpa off right away. Like, we're going to make sure everybody gets on the dance floor at least one time, right? The club won't hit until about like maybe 10:39 or something like that, So just to kind of give them a reference, right? Because if you tell them that, they kind of because they feel like you're just going to come in there and just play EDM all night, like, or something. I'm like, it's not how it works, but they don't know. Like, how many weddings do people kind of go to? Like on a normal, I mean, besides if you're like super young and then you got all your friends are engaged, like, and they're just bam, 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 you're in so many weddings. But normally people kind of go to maybe 1 or 2 weddings in the summer or something like that, or, fall or something. So like they don't have like a ton of experience, and they just think, reference what they've seen on TV, what, something dance they've been to like maybe 5 years ago, like they have no idea. So I just tell people, just kind of is whatever you want. Is you as a couple, like, and that's why you meet with your DJ, and if they're good, they'll meet with you about 3-4 different times, and then we'll make sure that everything is good with you and we're on the same page. And anything changes, then hey, and especially if you have a request and you want to play it like right now, then we'll play it right now for you, But we won't do that for everybody, just the bride and groom,
Right.
So. But that's how it goes, and I just tell people, just don't overthink it. You know your people, and just kind of go from there. So yeah.
And you're there to help them celebrate and make the night go smooth.
And I tell people too, I don't know if you guys didn't talk about it, but I tell people too, it's about who you invite as well. So if you want a party, invite your party friends. If you invite all your parents' friends, they're gonna leave like around like after dinner. They gotta get home, you know. Or if all your friends have kids and all that stuff, you gotta think about, okay, the kids aren't gonna last forever. Then they're gonna want to take them home. Yeah. So don't get offended if people leave and if they're in those type of situations. Yeah. But like I said, if you want to party, invite your party friends.
That's so right. Like keep in mind who you're inviting and like cater to those people.
Yeah.
Yes, that's definitely what we did at our wedding. Our first dance, I picked the longest song on purpose because I was like, this is the only chance I'm ever gonna get to dance with him in this scenario. And our friends are such party people that they got so sick of us dancing that they made, air quotes, made a circle around us and squished us to end our first dance because they were ready to like get the party going. And Tommy was like, turned to our DJ Zach from C-Star. He's like, no kids stuff. I don't want the chicken dance. I don't want any of that.
That's exactly what I told Jason at my wedding
stuff.
too. I was like, listen, if I hear the chicken dance, I'm shutting this thing down. Yes. I told him, I said straight up.
We did definitely pick a lot of our invites based off of who we thought would hype our dance up the most, and it was hype, I will say.
Yeah, yeah.
I caught the end of it. It was.
You were doing karaoke, Cardi B.
Just a little.
Oh yeah? I'm gonna have it. That's duly noted. I'm gonna say that for later. I'm gonna say that one. Your husband's over there like, please don't.
Well, Darnell, thank you so much for coming today, giving us all that advice and talking about the show. Loved having you here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And like I said, make sure that you guys, keep it up because I mean, this is really good for the area and for everyone, for the brides and everyone to hear because, there's tons of information out there, but they don't always know where to go. And to just kind of hear people talk about it like normally, like on just a normal basis, like, yo, this is good. So I appreciate it, guys.
Good.
Yeah, good
Thanks
work.
so much.
Thank you so much. Tell us again, Darnell, where can we find you if someone wants to reach out to you?
Several different places. So, you can actually, Energy Event Group, like I said, you can go on our Facebook page. We're on there. Just type it in there. You'll see us pop up. You can go on our Instagram. We're on Instagram too. We're really social media heavy and everything. Even if you want to hit me on my social medias, it's DJD_NAIL, DJ Darnell. It's my Instagram. Same thing as on TikTok. Check out the TikToks. So we're everywhere, man. It's really not hard. Just throw a stone, you'll hit us.
Well, thank you so much.
Great, thank you. And we'll talk to you guys next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Your Party People podcast. If you already love us, make sure to come back to the party every other Wednesday.
If you really love us, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at It's Your Party People Podcast. And make sure to let us know your thoughts on the show and if you have any topics you want us to cover in a future episode. DM us on Instagram or email us at yourpartypeoplepodcast@gmail.com and maybe we'll give you a shout out on the next episode. See you at the next party.
Bye.